So let's talk about web scraping. But for a second, I want you to forget about lines of code. Instead, think of it like we're planning a high-stakes mission, a great data heist, where the prize is all this valuable public information and it's locked away inside a digital fortress.
You've probably felt this. You write your script, you hit run, you're feeling good, and then slam, the door just gets shut right in your face. It's honestly one of the most common frustrations out there, and it really feels like you've just hit a solid brick wall.
That wall you just hit? Well, that's not just a simple error. You've run headfirst into a really sophisticated security system, and its entire job is to stop you. So just knocking on the front door, that's not going to work. You need a better plan, you need a disguise, and you need the right tools to slip past totally undetected. So that's our mission today. We're going to put together the perfect playbook for this data heist. We're going to learn how to get past the guards, how to navigate the maze inside, and of course, how to make off with the treasure.
You know, every good heist starts with the same first step. You have to case the joint and figure out the security. In our world, the guards are these advanced anti-bot systems standing between you and the data you need.
And a lot of the time, the head of security we're up against is Cloudflare's bot management. Think of it like a digital bouncer at the most exclusive club in the world. It uses all sorts of tricks, like machine learning and behavioral analysis, to scrutinize every single visitor. It's constantly trying to figure out who's human and who's a bot trying to sneak in.
This table is fantastic because it translates all that technical stuff into our heist story. See an error 1020? That's simple. The door's locked and you're not getting in. A 1015? Whoa, slow down. You're moving way too fast and acting suspicious. And a 1010? That means your disguise, your browser's whole setup, it just doesn't look convincing.
So how does it all work? Well, the whole security system really boils down to this one simple idea, a trust score. Cloudflare looks at absolutely everything about your connection, from your IP address to your browser settings, and it builds this unique digital fingerprint. Then, it scores you. If you get a high score, you're in. A low score, you're blocked. It's that simple. Your job is to get that high score.
So what are they looking for when they build this fingerprint? Well, a whole bunch of stuff. They check your IP's reputation. Is it coming from a suspicious data center, or does it look like a real home address? They analyze your digital handshake, the unique way your system communicates. They even throw little JavaScript puzzles at your browser to see how it thinks, and they watch how you move your mouse to see if you act like a real person.
And this right here perfectly illustrates one of the most critical choices you have to make. Think of it like choosing your getaway car. Using a data center proxy, that's like pulling up in a giant van with data heist spray painted on the side. It's just obvious. But a residential proxy? That's the quiet, unassuming sedan. It has an IP address from a real internet provider, so it just blends in with all the normal traffic, and that earns you a much, much higher trust score.
Now, for your disguise itself, you need a modern stealth browser. See, standard automated browsers basically walk in waving a flag that says I'm a bot, with things like navigator.webdriver. And the old go-to tool, Puppeteer Stealth, well, it's deprecated now. It's out of date. So you have to upgrade your kit to modern tools like NoDriver or Selenium-based UC mode. These are built from the ground up to be invisible.
Okay, so you did it. You bypassed the guards, you're inside the fortress. But the job isn't over. The data isn't just sitting there in one big pile. It's spread out all over the place, kind of like a maze. To get it all, you're going to need a map. And that maze, it has a name. It's called pagination. And it's really just how websites break up these huge lists of content into smaller, more manageable pages. Now, if you only scrape that first page, you're leaving most of the treasure behind. Your scraper has to be smart enough to know how to turn the pages, one by one, to get the complete set.
So, how do you map out this maze? You basically have to become a detective. Start simple. Inspect the next button in the HTML. Look at the URL. Can you see a simple pattern, like a page number that you can just count up? If you see one of those load more buttons instead, that's your cue to open up your browser's developer tools and watch the network activity to find the secret API calls that are actually fetching the new data.
Fantastic. You've outsmarted the guards, you've navigated the maze, the data is yours. But the final, crucial step of any successful heist is actually securing the loot. You have to get it somewhere safe.
This brings us to choosing your safe. For a small job, a simple lockbox, like a CSV or a JSON file, is going to work just fine. It's easy, it's quick. But if you're pulling off a massive, ongoing operation, you're going to need a fortified bank vault. That's your database. It gives you security, scale, and really powerful ways to sort through your treasure later on.
Let's look a little closer at the options. You should probably use a CSV for simple tables and spreadsheets. It's lightweight, everyone can open it, but it can't handle complex nested data. For that, you want JSON. It's perfect because it keeps the original data structure intact. Excel, well, it's great for sharing reports with business teams, but it really bogs down with large files. And for the really big stuff, a database is the king. It's fast, it's scalable, it's just a bit more work to set up.
All right, let's pull all of these pieces together. This is it, your complete modern toolkit for planning and pulling off the perfect data heist.
Okay, here's the plan. For your disguise, you're going to use residential proxies to blend in. For your tech, you're using modern stealth tools. For your movement, you have to act human, add random delays. For your map, you figure out the pagination. For your vault, you pick the right storage. And here's a final pro tip. Save your data in batches. That way, if your mission gets cut short, you don't walk away with nothing.
But you absolutely have to remember this is a constant cat and mouse game. As this quote from Scrapfly points out, the security landscape is always changing. They're using smarter AI and better behavioral analysis every single day. What works today might not work tomorrow. Staying updated is everything.
And all of this leaves us with one final, big question to think about. As these digital fortresses get stronger and the guards get smarter, what new tools and what new strategies are the data thieves of the future going to need to pull off the next great data heist?